Cascade Falls and feeding into Lake Superior. Awesome spot.
Tons of them. Like, we were trying to count them up. I don't know. We got to 10, I think, at least.
It's like 10 times it drops. Well, it came out at Lake Superior right over there. And it's a quite pretty lake, but very, very cold.
It's like 40 degrees on average is what the temperature of the lake is.
So they say, but I think it's colder.
Owen's got some stats on Lake Superior.
Well, it's the largest lake in shoreline, but
In the world.
Yeah, in the world. And it's third largest in volume.
Huge.
It also gives lots of deposits of fossils and agate in the rocks. And
It
also
wrecks a
gives-
lot of ships.
Yeah, wrecks ships and gives minerals.
Yeah, the Edmund Fitzgerald, we were listening to that song. We actually stopped at a lighthouse, Split Rock, and in 1905 a bunch of ships sunk, all in one big November gale. They ship a bunch of iron ore that they mine from this area, and there's a whole bunch of shipwrecks at the bottom of the lake here. But it's a great lighthouse. We got to go inside that. And there was far less accidents happening in that lighthouse though.
I think they said 0.
Yeah, it's in Edmund Fitzgerald. It was a little bit of a challenge getting up here. We did leave Wisconsin, and we got it to did our paddleboat ride that we talked about already. But we picked up Isabel from Minneapolis, which is a big city. I think 5.5 million people in that area. And, say hi, Isabel. Give a big wave here. But we decided we had a little time to burn, so the Mall of America is right by the airport.
Ridiculously big. Like, there were roller coasters everywhere. It was so big. There needed to be these maps everywhere to even figure out where you are. It's like, ah!
So then we were kind of rushed to get Isabel. We almost got her at the airport.
Yeah, it
Right when I started the Tahoe, though, the battery light was on, but we proceeded to drive to the reflection in, and we picked her up. It's a crazy, chaotic airport. It's, kind of questionable rolling through with a camper, but we did it. Anyway, we got her, and as we're going through Minneapolis, which is very busy, made some wrong turns, and then everything started dying on the car.
Like the
radio was
speed dial?
pulsating. Yeah, at one point, I just got whacked. At one point, the radio kind of pulsated, and then before I know it, the blinkers are kind of like a slow record or something.
Windows didn't work.
What? The windows
Windows.
didn't work, so I'm starting to think, first of all, I got to get out of Minneapolis. So I'm kind of going, but I'm like, this is going to shut off eventually. So we found a AutoZone, I think it was. $200 for a battery. That didn't do it. So then we had to put in the AutoZone parking lot, put a new alternator in. Got it in there, like record time is like a pit stop, like in a NASCAR. And it worked fine. So we got.
Yeah, the slowest pit stop there is.
I installed the alternator with assistance from Mom. We got a new alternator, new battery. We have $400 at that pit stop. So then we drove, heading towards the North Shore, and it was getting dark, and we were doing about 65, right?
Yeah.
With the camper, and we were commenting on the deer.
We're like, oh, we better not hit a deer
Hit
and
a
break
deer.
this new battery.
Yeah, there's deer right by the highway, all over the place. There's deer. Luckily, there's no moose. Yet, 2 miles from the campground, a deer runs out in the middle of the highway. What was that, I-30? I-35. I think it was I-35. Man, I feel bad. That thing just stopped. Deer in the headlights. I tried to swerve, whack. So, unfortunately, we tagged the deer. But we didn't crash, and we made it to our campsite. Like I said, we made it up here, so we're good.
Here we are.
Here we are, Lake Superior. We're gonna try to find some moose in the morning. We'll see if that's like getting struck by lightning, seeing a moose around here, but we'll try.